It feels like every day in Bonelab, somebody finds some random room that either was or wasn't supposed to be discovered. So here are all of the cool ones and how to find them. Number 1. Spiral Shrine. I don't know what else to call it. This weird little room can be found in level 1 Descent if you make your way through the giant MythOS room and climb up the pipes on the wall. And as a quick note, you have to manually climb the entire distance or else for some reason you will be met with a rocky wall instead of the room you're looking for, which means you'll have to ditch your Nimbus gun. So after a ton of climbing, you'll find this really weird neon glowing room. There's just a bunch of random messages on the walls with a big spiral in the middle. Arguably the least interesting place on this list, but still really cool and possibly lore related. Number 2, the Wishing Well lift. Before you try this one, I would recommend going to the mod section and turning on developer mode because this lets you spawn a Nimbus gun and spawn gun at literally any point. To find the Wishing Well lift, go to level 4 mine dive, spawn a Nimbus gun, and go back to the right of the building. After you found a door that says Wishing Well lift, just go through it, walk down the long hallway, and you should be in the room. In here you'll find a single wishing well sitting in the middle of the room with nothing inside of it and no real way to go down it. Aside from the serene music, the background noise is mainly composed of people wishing for things. I wish for good luck. I don't know why this would be included other than just being a cool Easter egg from the developers, but it easily made the list. Number 3, hidden control room. Okay, this is where things get interesting, and it also partly explains the key cards you might have found in the game. To find this area, take your Nimbus gun and go up behind the building where there should be a little area with a key card inside. Now take the key card down to where the mine ride starts, and instead of hopping into a minecart, you're gonna go around this left post to the entrance of the ride, and there should be some rocks. If you just walk around them until you see an exit sign, there should be a little key card reader. The key card will decline, meaning that some other key card from a previous point in the game is actually the one you need for this door, which finally explains the use of these things. But to actually go through the door, just grab your Nimbus gun and press B to toggle no clip, and you should have made it to a hallway that looks like this. From here you can go either left or right, left which takes you to a quarantine door with nothing beyond it, and right which takes you to an odd looking control room. It looks like it's looking through some window that you can't actually see during the ride. There's also a bunch of computer monitors with some really eerie messages that I am totally convinced are related to the lore. This is easily one of the coolest places that's been found so far, and a neat Easter egg from the developers. Before we get to the craziest secret area on the list, it's time for... When I was flying around the giant MythOS room looking for secret areas, I must have hit a spawn trigger or something because now there's just a giant quarantine door in the way of the elevator. It's kind of weird that it was programmed to spawn here of all places, but anyway, back to the video. Number 4, secret monagon base. If you go to Tuscany and fly in this direction for a little while, you'll eventually find a secret staircase with a door in the wall. Not only is this a cool reference to the Truman Show, but you can actually go inside. Just toggle no clip on your Nimbus gun and you're in. If you push the right button, nothing really happens, but you can still fly through the door to find an incomplete room. The weird part is the rest of this room actually exists, and this is where things get really weird. Basically, there's a way on PC VR that you can move the spawn trigger for the room within your reach so that you can actually make this place appear. Also, huge credit to Turdsnack for figuring out how to do this. I'll have his tutorial linked in the description. The room doesn't look like anything special until you travel up the vertical shaft in the middle of the room. Up here, there's a random monagon office with a floating key and a collectible EHG blaster, as well as another Truman Show reference with a couple of chairs facing out a window. The crazy part is none of this was even supposed to be found, and it might actually come to the game in a more polished form later. That's all the secret locations I found so far. If you find any more, please tell me in the comments. I would love to go find them and possibly do a part 2 of this video. This has been Justin from Alternate Reality, signing off for now. See ya.